The first episode to Welcome to Derry, the It spinoff, was a good episode. Hi, I'm Jordan the Nerd of Gold, and last night the season premiere happened, and it was directed by Andy M. I'm not going to say his last name because I'm sure I'm going to butcher it, but it was directed by the guy who directed the first two It movies that came out recently, and he's coming back to bring the spinoff to life. And I like the idea of the spinoff because we know that basically anything can happen to the characters that we meet in this show. So that gives a lot of dramatic stakes to what they can do. Because the only thing we know for certain that can't happen at the end of the show is that Pennywise is killed. Other than that, anything goes, which means you can do a lot with these characters in the way that you can't necessarily do with the main characters in the It film, because by the end of the film they have to overcome the challenge, which is it. So I do really like this first episode. I didn't think it was terribly scary for the most part, if only because I'm familiar with what the It horror monster is going to do. So it kind of took out some of the punch. But the dramatic stakes underlying everything I thought was really good. I liked the production value of it. The acting was good from all the performances and the little kids' parts. The adults got some stuff to do, but I don't think they really got a lot to do in this whole episode. Like Major Holton, I think it was, and he got some stuff to do. I think they're going to give him some more in the next episodes, but that was kind of just a meat on that front. But yeah, I think this is overall a pretty good first episode. I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of the show is going to deal with it. I did think they had a subversion part where you thought Major Holton was going to be attacked because of a racist interaction he had earlier, but it didn't seem to be thrown off by wanting schematics on the plane that he has to fly. And I'm like, maybe this is a Russian thing, and maybe we're going to get more into Stranger Things style, like the Americans are after this thing and the Russians are actually doing something with Pennywise too. Maybe it could be something like that. That would be interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see how it develops, because it could be good. It could also just be a distraction, and it really just was a racist attack. We will see on that front. But I did like the fact that we got introduced to these kids in the beginning, and we got invested in them, and then they killed them. That was interesting, because I did not think we would kill basically half the kid cast in the first episode. So like that shows that this show can do basically whatever it wants with these characters, because again, the only thing we are certain of is that it does not die until the films. So anything goes with these characters, and I really appreciate that they went for it in this first episode to show that they can do it. Other than that, there was a couple comic book references. I love comic books. I talk about them all the time. There was Detective Comics 298, I believe it was, originally released in 1961, actually. But it had to deal with Batman fighting a Clayface, a shape-shifting villain, a shape-shifting monster, which makes sense for the shape-shifting monster that we meet in Derry. So I thought that was a nice little reference. There was also the reference to multiple worlds with the Flash of Two Worlds issue that was shown as well in the dinner scene. So I think they could also introduce kind of like a multiverse element as a hint. I don't know if we're going that far. I guess we'll see on that front. I really don't know exactly what that's supposed to hint to, because to my knowledge, the It stuff all basically takes place in the same world, unless they're trying to say like alternate timelines and stuff. I guess we'll find out. I just know that's a possible hint based on the inclusion of that comic book. But yeah, let me know, what did you think of the first episode? Did you like it? Was it boring to you? Was it exciting? I'm just curious what you all think.